The new killer, the first, can attack survivors with a vine attack. This attack is very, very powerful, can go through floors, it can go through objects like a nurse blink, but it needs to be activated first because you start the trial with this attack being in a non-lethal status. What you need to do in order to activate it is to hit survivors with it twice. Now, this seems pretty easy, just on its own. Just hit the survivors twice. There are rules to it though, and you need to hit the survivor, the same survivor, twice in order to activate it. Now we have a clock on the top of the screen, and we are in a lethal state. This lethal state applies to everyone, not just the survivor that we are chasing at the Dusty stacks. It just applies to every single survivor. As you can see, we have damaged the Nancy here, and we should be able to down her pretty soon after.
It will not be so
See,
easy.
this is very powerful, so you can see why it has been put on a timer and on an activation condition. But hitting a survivor with 2 stacks is not the only one way to actually activate this power. So let's quickly go over the other ways that will allow you to activate your power. Hitting a survivor with a single stack and then hitting another survivor is not gonna work. As you can see, we have hit the Nancy with 1 stack, and now we are going to find another survivor and hit them with a second stack. That is not gonna put you in Worldbreaker mode whatsoever, but the stacks cannot be removed, so your effort is not lost, you've not wasted your time, you will still be able to activate your Worldbreaker later, but I'll show you that it's not gonna happen now. Let's just put 1 stack on this Dustin maybe. As you can see, the Dustin got 1 stack, so we have a total of 2 fresh new stacks, but still nothing happens here, which is a little bit depressing. Now that we have inflicted the Dustin with a second stack, now that works. I'm just gonna wait for my timer to run out in order to try and hit an undergate attack, which is a little bit difficult, because that will put us instantly in Worldbreaker mode. So let's just wait some seconds and try to hit this 11 with our Worldbreaker. As you can see, we immediately after hitting her get the 2 stacks and get put in Worldbreaker mode. Our timer is going pretty fast because the survivors can interact with clocks and actually speed it up. It's a very, very powerful mode, so it makes sense that the survivors have a way to defend against it. But the most important part is that the last quarter, the last 25% of your power cannot be sped up, and that is great. This Nancy is a prime candidate for a tunnel here because she has already 3 stacks, and as I told you, they cannot be removed, and the 4th stack that we can inflict once our power ends is extremely important. The 4th stacks means that whenever we hit our survivor with our vine attack, even just once more, we don't need the 2 hits, that survivor is gonna give us Worldbreaker. So that Nancy, as soon as our power ends, we go back and we will inflict her with 1 stack. Now, the Worldbreaker here activated, of course, because she already had 3 stacks. And I'm gonna show you what happens when once the Worldbreaker here ends and we can hit her again, even just once. We have found the Nancy, our Worldbreaker has ended, and just 1 single hit is gonna allow us to enter the Worldbreaker mode, as you can see. This is gonna, again, make us be lethal against everyone, and we can mini-mori the Nancy, or the Padlet, I guess.